All right, we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Talk with Steven. If you are watching, please say hello to me. Hello, Ayn. How are you doing? Ayn is saying hello. So, thank you very much for joining today, guys. If you are here, just say hi and share with us how you are doing today. Have you eaten? Everything is good. And we are actually entering the last month of the year of 2021. If you really think about it, right, what happened in 2021? The time just went so fast and so many things happened. All of us grown in a way that benefits other people and also ourselves, which is a very good growth for all of us. Do share with us. Do share with us of how is the 2021 for you. And actually, this talk show, the Talk with Steven, is actually started in 2021. We started in March, and we are here December now, already almost at the end of the year, which is something amazing. So thank you so much for joining with us today. For our people who are joining us every week, welcome back. For our new audience who are watching this session for the very first time, thank you for joining with us today. Talk with Steven is a weekly talk show that has been organized and hosted by me. I'm Steven here, obviously. So the purpose of this talk show is to inspire the people, inspire you. What we want to do, the purpose is we wanted to bring in people, ordinary people who have extraordinary stories, extraordinary success that they have achieved in their life. It could be in terms of their relationship, in terms of their work, in terms of their business, in terms of their career. So we will bring this kind of people and then we ask them to share how did they have do this, so that it will give you a motivation, an idea, or some kind of tips so that you can apply these kind of things in your work, in your life as well. So that is the purpose of this talk show. And today with us we have a very special guest that I would like to say is my good friend. We have the same taste in movies, same taste, same favorite actor, all these things. So I'm going to invite him to a stage to talk about something really amazing, which is anger issues and how to overcome them. And for our audience watching today, do you face these anger issues? What type of angers that you will feel, like what makes you angry? You can share with us in the chat box. And today we have Anthony with us today, who going to share with us about how he actually faced the anger issues that he has faced, the consequences because he get angry, and also how he actually take simple steps to overcome them. So today's sharing is going to be a personal life story of Anthony. He is very people usually share good things. They okay to share, I achieved this and everything. But people don't really share about this kind of things, the negative things that they've done. But Anthony is kind enough to share his story of how he handled his anger and how he's become a better person today. So without any further ado, let's welcome Anthony to the stage. One, two, three. Hello, Anthony.
Hi Steve, how are you, man?
Hello, bro. How are you doing? How's
I'm
everything,
good.
bro?
Things are good. Better.
Okay. Thank you for agreeing to be the guest speaker for this amazing talk show, anger issues and how to overcome them. Thank you for spending your time with us today as
Yeah.
well, bro.
Thank you for the opportunity. Thank
Okay.
you very much.
So, audience, I really want this talk show to be as personalized as to you as possible. So, if you have any question regarding how to handle your anger, how to handle your emotion, this kind of things, do share it with us in the chat box, in the comments, wherever that you're watching. If you're watching in Facebook, do comment there. If you're watching in YouTube, do comment there as well. I will ask the question to Anthony. Okay.
Sure.
So, if no question, we will jump straight away into the session. So, Anthony, the first question
Yeah.
that I have for you for today is, people get angry for some reason.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
it could be because you don't have some money, you need to give money to some people, or you fall down, something happened and everything. So what are you angry for? Where this anger come from you, Anthony?
Well, long story short, it was like it's a built up education. It it happens surrounds me. Actually, the anger which I had in myself, it was not a personal intention or what. It was like to stand up for things happening surroundings, right? But I choose to get angry and show it in the
Mm,
bad way of conveying the message, you know, instead of talking slowly, calm and stuff. I straight away jump into things and oh, this is not fair, blah blah blah. It actually triggers the other person's emotions as well. So looking at these things happening when I was before I could iron out, I was pretty much young. Ever since I know that I was working, I had this conversation with my manager, and whatever he commented to me, I could not accept it. Then I
Mm.
burst out. I simply burst out. I banged the table. I called him for a fist fight. I did that. But thinking
Mm.
back now, I can see that how stupid I was to do that. You know, it was not the way we supposed to address things. If you think that you are treated unfairly, breathe out, breathe in, take a deep breath, relax, and you can actually start to convey the message in the right manner. This is what
Mm. But
this is
what
what
happened to
I
you,
should
bro?
have
That,
done. But
yeah.
for
But what?
me, I did not do that. I was like, turned into a green man already, like a Hulk like that. I was so angry in me. I was so anger. I straight away called him for a fist fight. He was
Fist
like,
fight.
"What?" Yes, I call him. Come, let's fight. He was like, "Whoa, are you sure?" I said, "Yeah, come." Uh, I told him in Bahasa. I said, "I tak puas hati dengan you. Mari, tumbuh lah." You know, that was that was totally the stupidity of myself. But however, I did met him some time back, and I did apologize to him. I said that was so stupid of me to do so. But he was kind enough to say, nah, I understand you were a young blood guy at that point of time. These
But
things
bro,
happen.
what is the consequences of you doing this? Like people get
Oh,
angry, you get
that
angry, and then
yes,
you
yes, yes.
you fight with your manager already. What is the
Yes.
consequences because of that?
See, like when you choose to do this out of anger, first thing is you throw out your words.
Yeah.
That is going to be really hateful, and you can't recall it back. You can't retrieve it back. Second, it's the working environment. See, I'm in IT line. IT line is so small. Okay,
Mm.
when you go opposite a person or higher person than you tend to meet them up in different companies. As maybe a higher ranking, or you may report to them. Or
Mm.
when you try out elsewhere, the very same person who you pick fight with, they can give some bad remarks for the new companies who do a background reference about you. And
Mm.
this apparently happened to me. It happened to me because my short temper cost me hell of a time. I went jobless for 9 months.
Okay.
All this because of my anger.
Okay. So this angerness actually make you lost your job that you
Yes,
had,
it,
and
it
then
lost. I lost my job. I lost my job, and I could not find a proper job at that point of time. Never in IT field. You see, so what I planned was, okay, since I don't stand any chance in IT field, I have to sort out. So I have to start from scratch. So I have to be ready to get pay cuts. I've got no experience in different line. Things were totally on the opposite side. So I was clueless, totally clueless. I don't know what to do.
mm.
Out of blue moon, a friend of mine, a previous friend of mine, who was a friend of my missus, also called her up, and he was having a formal chat with her. And my missus at that point of time was my girlfriend. Lah. She informed him that I'm looking for a job and stuff. Then he rang me up, and he managed to hook me up into the company which I'm attached with. But what I did was, to the manager whom I was reporting, I told him straight, this was actually cost me 9 months of jobless. And he said, okay, fine, but you're here. Remember, you are being monitored. So
Mm.
kalau you nak main-main, please, not with me. He put it very
Okay.
straight.
Okay. So bro, the root cause of the problem, I'm really happy that you actually find the root cause of the what making you angry, because many of us, we cannot find the root cause of the problem, and
Yeah.
we started to lash it out to the people that we know, people that around
Right.
us and everything. Even
Yeah.
something happened to me yesterday, which I was doing my finances and everything, and I have a bit short of finance in somewhere, and I have to give some funds to my girlfriend and everything because I owe her some money, but then the
Mm.
money is a bit bigger. So the moment I see this and I look at my finances, which is not so okay and everything, and now I need to give her the funds some more. So I that is my root cause, the finances.
Yeah.
But I could have said that to her, but then I started to, I angry, I shout a bit really,
Yes.
which the caused some little bit of problem. But then we solved it out after that. I go and apologize and everything because I find the root cause. So, but many people cannot find the root cause of the
Yeah.
problem that is happening to us. So,
Talking about money, Stephen,
hmm,
I can relate one incident happened to me. This is a very good friend of mine, very good friend of mine. I knew him
hmm,
for 10 over years. What happened was, I take him as my elder brother, you know.
okay,
So he was a part-time insurance agent.
hmm,
What happened was, I paid, I took a policy for my mom and myself,
okay,
and without fail, every month I paid him 300 ringgit. I did not ask for the policy, where's the policy book, nothing I asked because the amount of trust I had in him.
okay,
So 2 years plus passed.
hmm,
Apparently, he offered me to become the insurance agent, the agency he was attached with. I said, okay, lah, I can earn some money, lah. I joined them. So I didn't know that one of the criteria for you become an insurance agent in any agencies, first and foremost, you must have a policy for yourself.
okay.
Okay. So when this thing happens, the agency manager rang me up and he asked, why you don't have a policy on your name? I said, cannot be. I already took from this person 2 years
Hmm.
back. You can check. Maybe you got my IC wrong. So he went and checked his database and he came back to me. He said, no, there's none. I was like pretty much surprised. Then what I did, I
Because
went
you
to,
have been, according to you, you have the insurance for the past 2 years because you have taken insurance
yes,
with me.
yes. He said, oh, everything is in force, everything is done. So I went to that insurance company's HQ, customer service center. Then I checked, I gave my IC number together with my mom's IC number. I checked. There were no policy registered under both our names. I was so, started agitated and
Hmm.
really burst out. A part of that, uh, I used to play a small amount of kutu, this,
Hmm.
every, this, he was the, what do you call that? The tauke
Main
lah.
guy lah.
Okay, the
Hmm.
main guy lah. So he was holding people's money and he used to give. So when it comes to my kutu, he told me, your kutu will be delayed. I say, why? No, I pinjam some, then I'll return them. I said, okay. And same happened to my missus and my friends. We got like, what the heck is this? Like, why when it comes to us, is taking things without asking us,
Hmm.
you know? So when the insurance issue came up and this money monitoring thing came up, I burst out.
It's
I
all
burst
like
out.
building now
Everything.
is
So
bursting.
the core is what, as you say, it's the dollars and cents. It's very sensitive.
Hmm.
It's our hard-earned money, right? It's not. I don't. I. It's not like I use my lottery money or what's or not. Yeah. So when I asked him, he was like so. He didn't answer me properly.
Hmm.
He said he did say some unpleasant words lah.
Okay.
Then he said he will settle out my money and he just hang up. So then I told him that never ever let me to see you anywhere again because I'll hit you hard. I told him that. And after some time, things years passed. I I've totally lost contact with him. So then when I met Valsala, I was talking to her. Then out of
Asla is your
everything,
mentor, right?
yeah, Valsala is my mentor. Sorry, yeah, Valsala. Then I spoke to her. Then she said that. she did mention this to me. Anthony, I see a lot of anger in you. Then I told her, yes, also. My anger is totally built up, caused by the surroundings.
Mm,
Then she said, don't worry, Anthony. Peer best will be one part of anger management as well for you. I was like, that seriously. Okay, at this. So whenever I talk to Valsla, then when I used to share about my anger, she used to say one word to me. She said, Anthony, learn to breathe. You breathe in and you breathe out. I was like, serious, this lady. Breathe in, breathe out can settle problem. Apparently it does. See, these are small, small, minor, very tiny things for
mm,
us. We tend not to look upon, but it makes huge changes. Last time, Steve, I wanted to share another thing. Last time when I was on the road, I used to, drive very fast.
mm,
Used to run my mouth. Words will be, flying out of my mouth like, see anybody, overtake me or trying to make a race with me, call me out for a race. I'll act funny on the road, but that is do not do that. That is my advice to everybody. Do not do that because you never know. I was lucky enough. Nothing major happened to me.
mm,
Because I
mm,
remember Walsla did mention that the other person in front of you is the exact reflection of yours. So when I'm angry, when I confront to other person, the other person is angrier than me. What if when I confront the person, he took one nice parang and straight away chopped my arms or chopped me or what? What would
mm,
have
mm.
happened?
Anything could have happened because people are also
Anything,
angry. Yeah.
anything major could have happened. I mean, everything. The opposite side is a human also. If I used to pinch him also, he'll feel.
Mm,
See, it's a total reflection of us. And first, when she said that, I didn't believe this. I used to get angry, especially when makan shop.
mm.
I used to go sit there. I used to order. My food will be coming pretty much later than the person who came later than me. I used to confront with the waiter. Why I haven't got my food. This guy came later than me. He got his food. What is going on? Then after that, I see when Valsa told all this, then I said, hey, true lah. When I'm angry, that guy also get angry,
Mm,
and things will get messier. Then it looks really ugly on us. Everywhere we go, it really looks ugly on us. I was labeled as a short temper guy, once. Yeah, this guy, you cannot talk to him like this guy, short temper. This guy always like to shout and make
sure.
fight on. I was labeled as this, so that that really was totally unpleasant for me.
I think you shared two important tips or things that you have gone through, which is the first thing is actually to breathe. These things exist since the ancient time. When you get angry, you just breathe. Not the my mentor used to say not to breathe like like that.
No,
Like you take the deep breath so that
yes,
the oxygen will go into your head. Then you start thinking. You calm
exactly.
down. That is the
It
problem.
calms
That is
down.
the things that happen.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
And the
exactly.
second thing
Because
is
when she said this, I was like, sure, no, breathing, But when I tried, it really make huge difference.
mm, mm.
It really makes
And
huge difference.
And the second thing that you mentioned is everyone is the reflection of yourself because you get angry, the other people just react to whatever that you are doing. They get
Yes,
either get angry at you or they get sad at you, they get mara at you. This kind of things
true,
is because you are
true.
doing this as well. So when you can handle yourself better, the things around you also will start moving. So,
Yes,
bro, you were sharing about your friend's story, like how you took the money and cheated
yeah,
you, and you get so much of angry. Then you said, "Next time I saw you, I will like you for sure." This kind of things,
yes, yes, yes.
because this thing, these emotions, even though you told him already, but it's still there, right? It's still there for you whenever you're doing. It's holding you back. How did
Of
you
course.
solve this, bro?
This emotion was holding me back. It was haunting me so long. These are the incident who actually made me lost my job.
Mm,
Because he was so attached with me. I help him to cover something which is not right lah. Because I was the
Mm.
floor supervisor in my previous working place, and he took one of the company's property, a brand new company's property, and I help him to cover that. That is very wrong for me to do that when I'm in such a position. I've been given that
You're
mandate.
very young also, right? At the point of time.
I was like 24, 25, somewhere
Mm.
there.
Mm.
And I was, I was in that position, I was earning a very decent salary. See, if everything lost just like that, when I stood up for him and I told my reporting manager that I took that thing instead of him because
Mm.
from what my point of view, he's a married man with
Mm.
kids.
Mm.
If he loses his job, it's going to be really hard for him to take care of his family.
So you
But
you took the blame
I
then.
was single. Yes, I took the blame. I took the blame. Then I lost my job. I lost my job. So when this was really it haunted me, because in IT world, as I said, it's very small world
Mm.
where it can go really messy. So what happened was this incident it haunted me throughout my career. It haunted me. So when I spoke to Valsala, then she said simple thing, why not you talk to your friend? I said talk to him, gone case. Confirm I'll call him for fight. Then she said no, no Anthony, call and talk to him. Ask him why he did that. I said, sure, not sure. But I have this, whatever Valsla asked me to do, I'll do it right away without questioning. You know why? Because she knows much better how to handle situations and emotions better, much better than me.
Mm.
When she said that, I said, okay, lah, try calling. I didn't have his number. So what I did, I called few of my friends. I got the number on the same day, within 10-15 minutes.
Mm.
I gave a call to him. And I thought that he would have, deleted my number from his phone. The moment I called him, he picked up and said, "Hi Eddie, how are you?" I was
Mm.
like, "Whoa, okay, you remember me." Then I asked him, "How are you? How's things? How's your kids all doing?" Then he started to, talk about his stuff, stuff, lah, how his family is getting on and stuff. Then I straight away went to the point, asked him, "Why you did that to?"
This one like happened like maybe 10 plus years ago, correct? Right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. Continue, bro.
Then he was quiet for a few seconds. Then he said, he used to address me Eddie. He said, "Eddie, I'm very sorry. I've caused so much of problems to you. I did that based on the situation I was facing.
Mm.
I'm very sorry to put you in trouble. I'm very sorry that you have lost your job. You have lost all the respects from our managers and stuff. I'm very sorry for that." I was like, oh, I didn't expect this.
There's a closure now.
Yeah. Then I said, okay, lah, it's okay, lah, Raman, lah. Yeah, even now. So I wish you all the best, and stuff. I hang up. After doing that, there was a huge, huge relief I had in inside. It's a huge relief. Trust me, right after that, things were falling into the right place and I got back onto my track.
Can share with us like what fall into the right place after you
See,
said that.
when things were like, remember the incident I told you, it was haunting me. I lost my job because of
Mm.
it.
Mm.
I used to blame him for that.
Okay.
But it's not about whom you're blaming. It's not about you also. It's how you understand the situation and how you overcome it in maturely. I started to accept. On the other side, I was so blindfolded to trust other person than me. First, I must respect myself. I must trust myself. I must trust the capability I have in me. So if I happen to have this that point of time, I wouldn't have committed the mistake.
Mm.
So it's a lesson by nature. I took it that way. So after talking to him really already, right? I feel like okay. We move on. So when I move on, I was working in a shift pattern, IT work for almost like 24 years plus,
Mm,
24 years plus. Lah. So at that point of time, I would wanted to go for 9 to 5 job, but
mm,
this very incident haunts me again. What if the person known about this incident? I used to meet them up. You know,
mm, mm,
obviously it looks ugly on me. I was so afraid, and the fear in me was always there.
mm,
So right after I talked to him, I don't know. The fear just went off just like that. The fear went off like that. And when I tried to apply for a 9 to 5 job, which I just joined a month ago, I got it still.
mm.
I got it,
Nice.
and everything just falling right into the place. I'm enjoying the job. I have a good lead. My unit head is awesome guy. My co-workers all awesome people. I'm happy. I'm really happy by heart. That I set my end goal. I set my end goal.
I I like the story. This is amazing. I think a few things that we can actually learn from your sharing for today is find out the root cause of the problem, guys.
Exactly.
We get angry not because you are an angry person, not because a short-tempered person. The things that happens to you that accumulated, all these things keep accumulating, and then you burst out someday. You burst out the people that you don't supposed to like burst out, like things happen at your work, things happen at your relationship, then you come and burst out in your kids, this kind of thing. So find the root cause of the problem that you are facing. Again, this is not easy, as I said, because you don't know what is the root cause. If you know already, you would have solved it. So
Exactly.
that is the problem. You need the guidance on how you can actually do this properly, finding out the root cause, and then solving it at the root cause as well. Like Anthony's problem, like what he shared just now, the root cause of the problem is the things that holding him back is the person who cheated him, the job loss, and all these things is holding him back for like 20 plus years already. So you can see it's a small incident. After that, Anthony, you have moved on, you have living your life and everything, but this thing still haunts you. Thing still haunts people. The
Exactly.
moment you started to like take the advice of your mentor and call him, you didn't fight because now your mentor told him just have a nice conversation. So
Yes.
that thing settled and everything start falling into a nice place again.
Yeah.
You become much more happier than you used to be.
Yeah.
So yeah, find out the root cause, guys. And if you don't know how to do this, how to find the root cause, how to handle your emotions, you can contact me. It's not like I'm going to help you how to do this. I don't have that much of experience yet, but Anthony talked a lot of things about his mentor, how the person is guiding Anthony in terms of his life, his anger management, he's doing better in his work and all these things. I can connect you with that person in a nice way. So my contact number is coming in the flying banner, so you can contact me anytime you want. Let's have a chat and see how we can help you out in the things that you always want to do, because you need the guidance. Without the guidance, Anthony, you wouldn't have solved these problems at all. It will be
Exactly.
still. Yeah.
My anger actually affects my personal life as well. With my kids, with
Mm,
my missus. I wouldn't have done this without the proper guidance given by Valsala.
yeah.
And of course with my support of my missus and my dearie kiddos.
2 kilos.
They have been there.
Very nice,
Thank
bro.
you very much.
It is a lovely sharing. I hope all the audience who are watching the session today, you learned something today. You had taken away something that you want, and I hope that you applied it. Anthony told a few things. One is finding the root cause of the problem, and second thing is just breathe when the problem is happening, so that you will be calm down, and you know you will be calm down first, and then you talk to your mentor, talk to the people that's helping you. You can, if you don't have a mentor, don't know how to do this, contact me. And Anthony, people say looks can be deceiving. Anthony, when I look at it, Anthony have a nice face, like how can you be angry person? But the stories he told me, I was like, bro, you are next level. So so that's how it is, like that's how kind of person Anthony is, but he changed entirely after that. So
Yes.
do contact me if you need any help. And thank you, Anthony. Thank you so much
Thank you.
for being here and sharing your experience. I hope you had fun. And audience, if you had fun, do comment in the chat box. Say yes to us. And also, Anthony, thank you very much for sharing your story. Like I mentioned in the beginning just now, it's not easy to share the negative things, the other things that we have done to public. But you putting out to the entire YouTube, entire Facebook, anyone, any from any different world can watch this. So thank you so much for sharing your experience.
Thank you.
I hope the audience had fun.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for joining today. Thank you for all the audience. If you like today's session, do comment in the chat box. Share this session. If you're watching in Facebook, do share it out. If you're watching in YouTube, if you think this sharing is amazing, need to be heard by your sister, your brother, your friend, your colleague, take the YouTube link and send it to them as well. The recording will be there in the YouTube forever, so you can share with them and then they can watch it. So that's all, guys. See you next week. Until then, bye. Thank you, Anthony.